Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable the Lecturer of Quantitative Research in ELT, Mrs. Nita Sari Narulita Dewi SPD MPD. I am Rizkya Agung Febriana with students number 222, 122, and 153 from Class D. In this occasion, I would like to present research proposal entitled The Effect of Using English Songs in Improving Vocabulary Mastery Among Senior High School Students. So, actually, I have three chapters here, which are Introduction, Theoretical Framework, Research Methodology, and References. Alright, so let's begin from the introduction part, which is the background of the study. So vocabulary acquisition is a fundamental part of learning a language. For senior high school students, vocabulary mastery directly supports their ability to communicate effectively and succeed academically. Okay. Next, how about the formulation of the problem? Okay. First, does the use of English songs significantly improve vocabulary mastery among senior high school students compared to traditional teaching methods? The second, how do students perceive the effectiveness of using English songs of a vocabulary learning tool in terms of engagement, enjoyment, and perceived progress? So actually, I got some references that dealt or related with this concern, but with different sample. And then next, overall definition. So vocabulary mastery. Vocabulary mastery refers to the ability to understand and use words effectively. It involves not only knowing the definition of a word, but also understanding its nuances, connotations, and how to use it in context. Okay. Then English songs as a teaching tool. This research proposal investigates the use of English songs as a teaching tool to improve vocabulary mastery among senior high school students. It focuses on assessing the effectiveness of this method compared to traditional vocabulary teaching approach, identifying specific aspects of songs that contribute to vocabulary retention, and exploring students' engagement and perception of the learning process. Okay. Next slide. Still introduction part. Aim of the research. So the main objectives of this study are to evaluate the effectiveness of English songs in enhancing vocabulary acquisition among senior high school students, and then to compare vocabulary retention rates between students using traditional learning methods and those exposed to English songs, and to assess students' engagement and perceive process when learning vocabulary through English songs. Significance. So this research has several potential benefits, which are for educators. It offers evidence-based insight into an innovative teaching tool that can make vocabulary learning more engaging. For students, it provides a more enjoyable and effective way to improve vocabulary mastery. For curriculum developers, it highlights the potential multimedia tools like music in teaching language learning outcomes, I think. Alright, next slide. Let's move on to theoretical framework. Alright, the theoretical framework for this study is rooted in three concepts, which are cognitive learning theory. This theory suggests that repetition, rhythm, and melody in songs help embed vocabulary into long-term memory. As Murphy 1992 explains, music enhances retention by engaging multiple areas on the brain simultaneously, like that. And crescent input hypothesis. Songs provide comprehensible input, offering language that is slightly above the learner's current proficiency levels, but still understandable through context. Engagement theory, learning through enjoyable methods like song increase motivation and reduce anxiety, creating a positive learning environment that promotes active participation. Alright, next slides here, the full slides. Research methodology. Research method, population and sample. Alright, so the research method, this study will use a quantitative research approach with a quasi-experimental design. Two groups of senior high school students will participate. An experimental group learning vocabulary through English songs and a control group using traditional methods. Both groups will complete pre-test and post-test to measure vocabulary mastery. And then population and the sample. The population consists of senior high school students in non-native native English speaker context. The sample will include approximately 30 students from two classes, randomly divided into experimental and control groups. The participant will have similar English proficiency levels determined through a standardized pretest. Next slide here. Alright, the data collection and data analysis. So data collection, to ensure all data is measurable to suitable for a quantitative study, the following instrument will be used. Vocabulary test, pre-test and post-test will assess vocabulary mastery in terms of recall, understanding, and application. And then questionnaire, questionnaire, which is students' perception of the effectiveness of using English songs, will be collected using like a scale questionnaire. And then observation checklist. Next, data analysis. The collected data will be analyzed using statistical methods. Parity tests will compare pre-test and post-test scores within each group. Independent tests will evaluate difference between the experimental and control groups. This analysis will provide evidence of the effectiveness of English songs in improving vocabulary mastery. So, next slides here are the references. Okay, so yeah. Finally, here are the references that support the theoretical methodological foundation of the study. Some key resources include works by Nation on vocabulary acquisition, Murphy, 1992, and then Shan, 2009. Yeah, thank you very much for your attention. I hope this presentation has provided a clear understanding of my research proposal. I hope. And now, welcome any question. I now welcome any question or suggestion to help refine the study. Because honestly, I'm not sure with the title actually. But yeah, it is what it is. Thank you, by the way. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.